today we're going to be doing something totally different. We are going to be cooking, yay! So 2 weeks ago, I did ask on YouTube community page that what do people think about teaching our children our foods, our Yoruba foods, and how to make them. And I got good feedback. It looks like people want our children to know about our foods, not our regular burger and chips and rice, and they want to know what are the traditional foods and how can we make them. So I said, why not? Let's get it done. So today I am going to be teaching you how to make akara. Okay, say akara. Yeah, so we're going to be learning akara, okay, today. And guess what, guys? We reached 500 subscribers. Wow, 500, yeah. To start our akara today, we're going to pour our beans in a tray or in a comfortable bowl where you can separate the beans from the dirt easily. Or you can even do the traditional way whereby you put the beans in your hand and you just separate the beans from the dirt, from the stones, from the shafts, okay? As you can see there, I could easily pick the beans from the shaft even with both hands without using the tray. But if you're not comfortable using the tray, okay, rather than doing it the traditional way, either way it is still going to work, okay? So once we have our beans cleaned, we're good to go. I just love to, separate dirt because sometimes you don't want stone in your beans really. So once you have this done, then you pour the beans in a bowl. It could be a large bowl, okay, like I am doing here, and you pour some water into the beans in the bowl and just ensure that the water goes round because some might be even floating on the water. Then get yourself a blender. Don't you worry, the blender is not to blend the beans, it's to take the skin off, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to pour the beans in the blender, add plenty of water to the beans in the blender, and then what we're going to do here is we're not going to blend the beans, remember, so don't turn on your blender into number 1 or number 2, okay? So we're going to use the pause and start button. So I keep starting and stopping until I could see that there was more of the white beans than the brown skin, okay? So we put that in a bowl and then rinse the blender out, okay, and put more and more and more water into the beans. And there is a reason for that, so that we can easily sieve out the skin from the actual beans itself. And then you just repeat this cycle, sieving the skin out, keep sieving out, okay? Just keep repeating the cycle until you can get a nice clean beans like what I've got in the bowl there. Okay, so we've got the beans, we've got the seasoning, that's my normal chicken, and then we've got our salt. I love to use sea salt. I'm not doing adverts for any company, but I just love sea salt, this particular brand. And then we've got our onions, and then we've got our Scotch bonnet pepper as well. I've got our oil to fry. So how you will know it's time to blend your beans or to paste your beans is if it's easy to snap, then it's ready for blending. So like I said, we're not going to use a blender. We're going to add our Scotch bonnet and then onion. I'm not going to slice my onions into the beans. Ensure that you're using a deep bowl, because what we're going to use, you're going to see the reason we have to use a deep bowl, because it's going to start flying all over the place. Then I rinse my fish into the bowl as well. Then here is our major for the day, the liquidizer. I love this liquidizer. It gives me that authentic texture that I need, the one from back home, because when you use blender, it just makes it too smooth, okay? It makes it too runny, all right? So I prefer all the time to use this liquidizer. It gives you that, when you use the stone from back home to make your beans for akara, this is the texture that this is going to give to you. It gives you that original texture that you're looking for. So I keep, using the liquidizer to, blend and blend until I get the desired texture that I want. So you can see me testing the texture out. Then I melt my cube, my seasoning cube, into water. I love to do that because you don't want to bite on a cube of seasoning while eating your nice yummy akara. So then I keep blending again, then I test the texture again if I've derived my desired texture. So it's done at that stage, so I'm just trying to scoop everything all together into one piece. Okay, now I'm going to transfer that into my transparent bowl so you can see the way I am scooping the paste into the hot oil. So now this is ready. You can also, you know, just a bit of water, rinse the bowl into just a little bit of water. You know, you don't want it to be too runny, like I said earlier, or now you don't want it to be too hard as well, because once it gets cold as well, akara can get a bit hard and you don't want that. So I dice my onions because I love that taste of onions in my akara. It's optional, you don't have to. So I love to test that my oil is ready by slicing a bit of onions, and once I can get that sizzling, it's telling me that my oil is hot enough. Then I start scooping into the oil. Now I love to use my scooping spoon, okay, to do this. However, you can also use tablespoon. You can see as I'm doing that, you can use a regular tablespoon at home as well. So I get my skewer stick and I start, you know, turning it over, okay, because I like a nice brown golden color. I don't want it to be too, you know, dark. And then at this point I start taking out my onions because I don't want it to get burnt, okay. I'm not to change the smell or the aroma of the oil, okay. So I start taking out my akara now because they're nice golden. I love this color so much, so for me it's ready. Now you might like it to be a bit darker. Some people like that crunchiness as well from akara. You just leave it in the oil for a little bit longer and then you get this extra crunchiness, okay, from the akara. And then this is our akara ready. It is looking so heavenly. Oh my days, it is mouth watering, and this is how you make akara that has been to Harvard. Oh my goodness. And that is it for today. As you know, we say our order but together on the count of Enio, Ejo,